Hello, brothers and sisters. God bless you. This is Keith Thompson, and I'd like to share some personal information with you guys that I just received. Here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we have a funeral service owned by a family member, my grandmother's cousin, Reed Sr. It's called Golden Gate Funeral Homes, and they are the largest funeral homes here in the state of Wisconsin. They have actually branched out across the United States. They have facilities in obviously Wisconsin, Texas. This picture here with this gentleman is my grandmother's cousin's business partner. This is out of Texas. They have locations in Atlanta, Georgia, uh, I think St. Petersburg, Florida, and one more in Mississippi. And it's they are the largest funeral home service here in the state of Wisconsin, and everyone knows them. That when they see the either white Cadillacs or the gold Cadillacs, that's Reed service, Reed Funeral Home Service. And my grandmother's cousin has been since I think 2006, from which I originally heard, he has been raising up this young man who is his daughter's son. So I guess it's his grandson to take over the business when he passes on. And he's been basically molding this young man, and everyone has known for the last almost 15 years that this young man is the favorite and he's the heir to the throne, that he is going to take over and take the Golden Gate Funeral Service into the new age. Okay, so Reed Sr. has been putting his all into this man. He sent him to the University of Wisconsin Madison, which is the biggest university here in the state of Wisconsin. Paid for his tuition. He did 6, 7 years, got his master's, bachelor's in funeral home, whatever. Okay, he did everything he needed to do. He's prime. He's right. He went to business courses out of the country. He's done this. He's done that. This young man has done everything he needs to do to be set. Uh, Reed Sr. gave him a big old house out in the suburbs. I mean, it's like the young man is single. He's got like a 3 or 4 bedroom home, 3 car garage. I mean, he had it all. Okay. Reed Sr. had put his all into this, his money, his time, his energy. This was his hope. Okay. This young man was his Messiah, the second coming. This young man is going to take my business into the new age. His family hadn't heard from the young man for 2 days. He said that he was feeling sick. He wasn't feeling well, so he left work last week early, and no one had heard from him. He didn't come into work the next day, so they're worried. So they went to his home. They got no response. They went into the home. They entered the home, and they found their son on the couch with the video game controller still in his hand, and he had died. He had had a massive heart attack. Okay, and Reed Sr. is in shambles. I think honestly, not so much that the young man is gone, but that his empire or that his hope is now gone. Uh, Everyone knows that Reed Sr. is a man who loves money and loves success. And this is part of the reason why he refused to retire. I remember I asked him one day, we were at a funeral because he had asked me to help. And he was talking to me about this funeral home he was opening up in Chicago that was going to be a funeral home slash hotel where people could come in from out of state, sleep at the funeral home, and then, handle their business. I was like, yeah, so when is enough enough? I kind of jokingly said it, like, when is enough enough? I mean, you've got everything. He said, young man, it's never enough. There's always money to get. Now I'm looking at this man. He's 85 years old. He just had a stroke, like not even 8 months ago. Um, it was a mild stroke, and I'm thinking to myself, that's the saddest thing in the world. Saddest thing in the world, that he has all of this yet no contentment. And that's one of the attributes of sinners. They can never be content. Okay? It's never enough. There's no end game. And what happens? They die and they realize their hope was in nothing. Okay? He regarded this young man as everything. Isaiah 2:22. Stop regarding man in whose nostrils is breath. For what account is he? Psalms 146:3. Put not your trust in princes, in a son of man in whom there is no salvation. And that's exactly what he did, and it failed. God took the young man. Okay? And now he's realizing. The sad thing is he probably doesn't realize um, that the thing he had hope in was nothing. It was a fallible young man who had heart issues and died young. It's very sad, but it's a reminder that our hope must be in him who's eternal. Because everything in this world is going to pass away. Everything, absolutely everything. And that's not to say that we're not to take serious our aspirations or our desires to have a career that's going to provide for you and your family. There's nothing wrong with that. But we must remember that all of that, okay, outside of Christ is meaningless. Okay? It's rocky ground. It's not stable. It's not going to do anything substantial in regards of eternity. Our hope must be in Christ. And so yeah. Um, very sad that this man has all of this money, all of this wealth, all of this accomplishment, status, and success. Everyone knows him in Wisconsin. Okay, he's also famous because in the 70s he was a very big drug dealer kingpin, and that's essentially how he got the money to start this business. He went away for 15, I think 15 or 20 years, and his sister actually stashed the money. And when he got out, he jumped right into the funeral business and started opening up businesses across the state. So obviously, the man hasn't repented. He's lost, and he's a man that loves money, loves success, and it's sad. It is sad. So yeah, I just wanted to share that story with you. Life is a vapor. James 4:14. This life is a vapor. You don't know when your time is. You don't know when your time is, but what you should know is that it's soon. Okay, it's soon. And I don't care if you live to be 90. It's soon. 90 years in the span of eternity is a drop in the bucket. Okay, if you are lucky enough to make it to 90, that's a drop in the bucket. Okay? Seek Christ every single day. Get in the Word every day. Okay? Let your mind be on things of God. And that's all. Thank you for listening. God bless.